Police say they are still searching for Dion Hart. They're asking for anyone with information to contact them. You may remember Buster, a German Shepherd rescued from a Loves Park home last month in a fire. Now state line first responders are hoping to share more happy endings with a new tool to save animals just like Buster from fires. Students from Judson University are one step closer to presenting the city of Rockford with a concrete plan to revamp the west side. Here's how the timer cap works. We put our prescription inside and then screw on the top. It then literally acts as a timer, letting us know the last time we or anyone else opened up the medication. In order for home rule to be reestablished, the city of Rockford would need to pass a referendum. As Andy mentioned, schools are still open today, but they will be missing some of their key employees. Hurricane Irma victims in Gainesville, Florida will be getting some help from 3 police officers there, but not in the way you and I may think. Jessica Reed, a former Harlem High School student, now works as an attorney in Houston. She says while her home has been spared from the major flooding, Harvey is the worst storm she's been through since moving to Texas 15 years ago. Mike, while parts of Pearl City are dry, in other places there's still a lot of work to be done. I'm going to step out of the shot just a little bit so you can see behind me. Many neighbors are still cleaning up their backyards, and even you can see they're working on clearing this water out of the business behind me. More than 400 people across the country are arrested, including 3 who own SureCare. That's a home health agency with an office here in Rockford, and what Attorney General Jeff Sessions is calling the largest healthcare fraud takedown operation in American history. The Rockford Fire Department is getting pretty creative in how they're getting women and minorities to put on the gear. Does family structure influence a child's gender identity? And how parents can prepare their young children for academic success? Here's tonight's Health Watch. Recent rain and flooding concerns are causing last-minute changes ahead of this weekend's Baseball for All tournament. Over the course of 3 days, nearly 1,500 skaters are going to be competing in the U.S. Synchronized Skating Championships. Now I'm going to go ahead and step out of the shot, and you can see beside me there are some skaters already on the ice practicing. This is a moment John Horton wasn't ever sure he'd see.
23 years and 5 months. You don't know what that day is going to look like. I didn't know what it would look like, but I'll accept this.
Today, he says he's grateful to be free, surrounded by family and friends.
It took a while, but he didn't give up on me, and those that love me didn't give up on me.
Horton was accused of killing a man at an area McDonald's back in 1993 when he was 17 years old. Melissa Pappas was his girlfriend at the time. She says she remembers dropping him off to clear his name. That was the day he confessed to the crime and was arrested.
It's sad that it took 23 years for this to happen.
Although he confessed, Horton says he didn't commit the crime, but only signed the confession because he was tired after a 10-hour interrogation. The Illinois Appellate Court says new evidence has surfaced, and now they're granting him a new trial.
This is a case of a murder that happened in 1993 that we know who committed it, and we know it's not the man who's been locked up for almost a quarter century.
Horton is now out on bond. While his family knows they'll never get 23 years back they missed with him, they're excited for an opportunity at a fresh start. I spoke with one local pastor who says he's trying to answer that question for some families with donations and the help of his congregation.
All the brown bags get used? Because it was 200 brown bags.
Pastor Jamel Flanagan is not usually in the delivery business, but as it gets warmer outside, he admits he does what he needs to do to make sure area kids have food.
We have passed over 425 bags now. Our goal is 1,000.
The Westside pastor volunteers at a local school. He says he noticed how much the students relied on the lunches. And now that school's out for the summer, he says he wants to make sure the kids are still eating. To some, this might just be a small sack lunch of a sandwich, some chips, and cookies. But Pastor Flanagan says these small sack lunches can make a big difference in the life of a child.
We never know what they go through behind closed doors. So I do believe that these meals or this lunch have definitely kept some from just stealing and picking up records at a young age.
After Flanagan and volunteers at Jerusalem Baptist Church finished packing up the sandwiches, chips, cookies, and juice,
We got some cookies in there. Count them up. Count them.
and they drive around the neighborhood handing them all out.
There we go. They go one for you, when we actually give the bags to the kids, they literally look at the bag, and you would think we dropped $20 in there.
Flanagan says he wants the project to continue year-round, taking it to other Rockford neighborhoods in hopes of keeping kids full
I thought that was you.
and out of trouble.
Just because I see the need, not just on the west side of Rockford, but just everywhere, from the east side, south side, and even the north side of Rockford.
We make our way over there. How many is it?
Flanagan tells me he needs our help to reach his goal of feeding 1,000 kids. For more information about how to get involved, visit WIFR.com.